I was thinking about this the other day, this idea that every person is funny. If you really look at it, every person's funny in their own way. Just life is funny. Life is it's a lot of complicated stuff going on in terms of making sense of the point or the reasons for things, why things are. Yes, there's a lot of on both sides of the spectrum. There's good and there's bad. You have good days, you have bad days. There's a lot of tragedy, but there's also a lot of happiness and joy too, depending on how you're seeing things. Because one person's joy could be another's tragedy, and vice versa. But just as individuals, every person is funny in their own way. And me personally, I try to do my best in life to not be judgmental of people and to understand people for who they are and the perspective that they're coming from. And a lot of the things that make us who we are things we didn't choose, like our race, our gender, the environment we grew up in, our genetics, the schools we were placed in, like the country, all of that. And so when you look at it universally, every person is kind of funny because every person has a motive, right? Every person has an agenda. That's why you always see sometimes too when someone will have like a YouTube video or like a piece of content, someone's always like, what a scammer, or like that person has an agenda, or just like everybody has an agenda. Everything is an agenda. Like even like getting up in the morning to go to work, like your agenda is to make money. And you're trying to make the most money at your job or your company, your business, as you can, right? And you're not trying to, right? Like if you can make more than minimum wage, why wouldn't you, right? And if you've been at a company for a certain amount of time, why wouldn't you ask the boss for more? But then like you're asking for more, but then the coworker thinks that they want more, so they're asking for more. So like, and then the boss maybe he's looking, maybe he's at like a management position now, he wants like a senior management position, and then like it's funny, like everyone's always doing their own thing. Everyone's just kind of on their own path, regardless of like these groups that we try to place ourselves in, like your family and your friends and your high school and your college and your workplace, and these groups that people try to stay in that mentality their whole life, especially social media, where they care more about like getting likes. They care more about whether someone approves of their selfie rather than truth, rather than like their life going somewhere, rather than just like understanding things on a mature level. Like the person will be late 20s, still just like, oh, I hope my high school and college classmates approve of this selfie, right? So they're all on this like virtual reality, but then they run into the person on the street. They just don't. Some of them don't know how to like communicate or like talk or just like, hey, what's up? Like, you know what I mean? Same thing with like high school or college. Like everyone's doing their own thing after high school and college. Like it's like why not like shake the person's hand and like move, like it just like it doesn't like people are funny because like yeah, you're gonna have history on whatever and you're gonna think about whatever, but everyone's funny because like everyone has a motive, everyone has an agenda, everyone's going to work. You don't work for free. You're not trying to be on the street and be homeless, right? So everybody is making moves off of their own circumstance, right? Everyone is serving to a certain point. That's why when you see certain scenarios play out, it's just funny to look at it objectively from how each person involved benefits from it or what their intention on it was. It's kind of like you watch like a murder mystery or like a movie or something, and there's always like the detective or someone or like people within the room or the house or whatever it happens is. It's like, oh, they go through the list of people like, oh, well, like that person has like the biggest motive, or like this person doesn't have a motive, but it's like everybody has a motive, right? Like everybody has a motive of like why something should or shouldn't be, or like who's like the right people or the wrong people. It's just like, right, like every religion thinks that everyone else is wrong, but then those other religions think you're wrong, and so now we have a war. Now we have like, it's just like, yeah, I mean that kind of thinking has led to a lot of tragedy in human history, but I'm making light of it now like on a YouTube video in 2020 is because some things are just so like when we evolve spiritually and mentally, like some things are just looking back on it is just so funny. Like the whole like my religion's correct, everyone else is wrong. Like my like my viewpoint's correct, everybody else is stupid, right? And that's the thing with YouTube. So like you'll see on any video that someone does, there's always going to be like some really negative comment or some hater or just like, oh, like you're stupid, like here's why your viewpoint is stupid. But like it's like it's a perspective. Like anyone's viewpoint is smart or anyone's viewpoint is stupid, right? Like I could start a company. I used this video in this example in another video before, where like I could start a company and make billions of dollars, and people's like, oh, that's genius. Like, what a genius that guy did or invented. But what if my company, what if I'm employing like thousands of minimum wage workers and I just pay them minimum wage? Is it genius to them if it's like off of their backs? Like if they're the ones working it, like is it so genius in their perspective, right? On the outside looking in, they just see like, oh, this guy has billions, right? Like clearly that's the person to listen to on business, right? Because you just assume like, yeah, they're made billions. Why would I listen to the poor person? But like the poor person could be the one working the guy's business to even get it off the ground, right? He's just like the son of the guy who built it, or like he had money to build it, and so like someone in the lower class needed a job, so they just had to work. And so it's just like everything has like its own side to it, right? Everybody has their own perspective on whatever. So without casting judgments on people, everything is funny. Like life is funny when you look at it like that. Every person is funny, you know. Even just people getting together. Say you take like a black person, a white person, a Mexican, and an Asian, and you put them in a room together, and obviously there's differences. There shouldn't be problems, right? But there's always going to be some misunderstanding. Like, you know, like you could have like maybe the black guy has like really long dreadlocks and he listens to rap music and it intimidates somebody, right? Because they're not used to it. They think they're under their stereotype. It's like, oh, he's probably in a gang, he's probably a thug, he's probably violent, I need to stay clear of him. But just like maybe like rap is just like how he relates to his life experience, right? That's just like the music he listens to, and he wants dreadlocks. It's part of its culture, and it's like a cool hairstyle. And like if you just like talk to the dude for like 2 seconds, you're just like, oh, like what a cool dude. He's actually the same as me. There's nothing really that different about us when you really look at it. But it's these people are funny because everyone's got their own like, what is this person taking from me? What is this person giving to me? Right? Everyone has their own life and their own self-esteem to protect, and like their own peace of mind to protect. So everyone's always on guard about the other person. It's like kind of like going to work in the economy. This is what's funny about the economy. So like we're all just like I can go to a store and buy groceries, and then that store pays the employee, like the grocery store clerk. And then the grocery store clerk goes to the movies, and the actor in that movie makes money from being an actor in that movie. And then the actor buys a house, and then like the real estate agent makes his commission. And then the real estate agent, he takes his money and he goes to a bar. Now the bartender gets tipped. And so like the economy, we're just like cycling all around all our money, right? It's just like this person's going this way, this person's going that way, this person's spending it here, this person's saving, this person like it's just like even like dating with women. It's like you're more attractive when you have more money. So it's just like I could start a business and like I could like start a makeup line or a purse line, something that women like. So I could make money off of these women, and when I make money from these women, I'm gonna go take that money and spend it on these other women, right? So it's just like the money that you took from one woman, obviously she doesn't like, if your angle on her is, oh, please buy from my business, or I need you to pay me money, and she might see that as like a beta sense, or like you're in the subordinate position because like you're asking for her to pay you money. But then once you've made the money from her, now you just have money, right, for the other girl. So it's just like if you go around on the street to like 1 million different women and you beg them for $1, just like, please, can I just have $1? She's gonna, even if she gives you the $1, she's gonna look at you with a little bit of pity, right? But if you get 1 million women to give you $1, suddenly you're a millionaire. And then you go meet another girl and she's like, whoa, this guy's a millionaire, right? So it's just like, it's just funny when you look at like the motives of people in the agenda, because like everyone always says that, like, oh, that person's a scammer. And there is scams. Like obviously if I sell you a car and I say it's working and the engine isn't working, that's a scam. But like someone posted a perspective on YouTube that you didn't agree with it, or you didn't agree with part of it. So what a scammer! What a like quit trying to beg for money, man. It's just like, what, you're not going to work, you don't like you're working for free. You're like, you know what I mean? It's like everybody is constantly ironic, and everybody is constantly contradicting themselves. But that's part of life. Life is irony. Life is contradiction. So I mean, as someone that grows up, understanding your ironies, understanding your contradictions, so that you can have as few as possible, right? You just definitely we're all gonna have those ironies and contradictions, but when you're the person that's like 40, and anybody that's trying to like sell something, like, oh, what a scammer, but then you're going to like Walmart and buying something, right? Like it's like, dude, like the person just like, it's their business and that's what they charge. They're not like scamming you. Like that's their product, that's their service, that's what they charge. You don't think it's worth that because if it's not in a big chain store, you don't see it. Like me selling tie-dye here, you know, I'm a guy in my 20s. I work for this nonprofit, and I make commission off of this tie-dye, right? So like I don't get 100% of the profits for my tie-dye sales. And I get people all the time. They come up. I'm just a young kid. Oh, well, I mean, I'm 26, but I mean, people would consider that a young kid depending on the perspective of their age. So they see, oh, like this young kid, he's just chilling at the beach or chilling downtown San Diego, chilling at the zoo. He's got a little tie-dye stand, right? It's just like your own little stand. And so there's not that respect for it. So I get a bunch of people that haggle, which I'm open to depending on how the person plays it. But sometimes people come up, they don't even look at the sign, right? They don't even look at the sign, and they're just like, oh, what kind of deal can you give me? I'm just like, hi, like my name is, you know, like let's start with that. Like now for you, it's $5 more, you know, it's just like, what the hell? Like, it's like, what kind of deal? Like, it's like, hey, would you go to the Nike store and ask for a discount? Would you go to the Walmart store and ask for a discount? Like, no, you wouldn't do that, right? You would never walk into a store and do that because in your mind it's like, oh, credible. But there's like some millionaire on the top. There's some billionaire. Because I'm just some guy on the street in my city trying to do this, there isn't that respect to it. So it's like, oh, can I get a deal? Can I get a break? It's like, does your boss cut your pay because the company needed money? Like, are you gonna take like a cut in your salary, or like, well, like I have bills, I have rent. Like, I don't make 100% off of this tie-dye. Like no, you can't have a break. Like, you know, it's like you can if you get to talking, or you buy multiple items, or if it's like a girl who's like, she like flirts with me and then like uses that, and like there's some effort to it. Like I get what the person's doing, or says hi, says their name first, and we can work with it. But like the person that just comes up is like, what kind of deal can you give me? So it's like, did you get a deal on that shirt you're wearing, or the groceries you bought? Did you go into the store and buy a bunch of apples and like you took it up to the clerk and you're just like, this is a little overpriced. Can I pay less? No, the price is the price. That's like anytime you're trying to start a business, or a YouTube channel, or music, or content, be an entrepreneur, you notice everybody around you, your family members, your friends, these people from high school and college, your coworkers, your hometown, it's not taken seriously, right? So you could start your own clothing line, and you're selling shirts for $10 a piece, and someone's like, it's a little expensive, bro. Can I get a break? It's like, dude, that's the price of my shirt. Like that is the price of my shirt. If you don't respect the price, don't buy the shirt, right? It's just like I get it. When you know the person, you don't see them as like a credible business the way you would like Walmart or Nike. But when we get to a certain age, like, you know, we're all in our 20s now, we're past high school, past college, respect the person's work, right? You don't have to be a customer, you don't have to be a fan, but like that's the price they're charging. So no, like, oh, what a scammer, he's just trying to make money. It's like, well, like, you're not trying to make money, like, right? Like the friend of yours that's like working on an album and like really trying to push his album, and like he'd rather work on his music than hang out with the squad on Friday. That guy's being selfish. He's just trying to do his own thing. He left his friends and family behind. But then you're over here turning on the radio, looking at celebrities. Like, no, he's passionate about his music. He's taking it seriously. He worked hard producing it or learning that instrument, and you just don't take it serious, right? Like, it's just funny. Like, it's like, oh, if that person did it, that's okay. But if this person does it, then I have no clue what we're talking about anymore. So when you look at it from all these angles, every person's funny. Like, just life is funny. Just like the way people think about things, and how people can't mature or evolve. Like, even selling here in San Diego, I run into people all the time that I grew up with. This is my hometown. I'm out here at the busiest spots. even just like high school classmates. I've run into like 10 high school classmates in like the last week or two. And I don't usually get that consistently, but in the last week or two, it's just, I don't know, for some reason, just been running into high school classmates and just like, hey, what's up? Like, it just, like people are just like oh, I should have been that, or like, right, like I'm the one who walked the path of nobility. I'm the one who lived with righteousness, right? Like it's just like people are just so like, they're just not there. You know what I mean? Like even like I don't tell people about my YouTube channel unless they like, it comes up in conversation, but I don't need a dumb conversation on like, oh, what's your subscriber count? Well, where's your paycheck? Right? It's not credible to them because like clearly if you were good or talented or what you were saying was true, you would have a bunch of money and a Ferrari in the driveway. But Jay-Z and Beyonce, that's credible because the media said so, right? It's just like, so you just don't tell people about things. Oh, now you're being secretive. What was he keeping from us now, right? Well, if I tell you, you either don't get it or you use it against me or you take it the wrong way. So it's just like every person's funny when you really look at it. And just, don't be so judgmental on people or their past or their motives or their agenda. Every person is funny. Just be a little lighthearted about it and you'll see the humor in every person.